Hello everybody and welcome back to another Don't Start Together video. So today we'll be looking at the starting foods that you can be using in your world. We're going to be looking at three principal foods. So we're going to be looking at berries, carrots, and butterfly wings. Those are the three main sources you'll be finding when you're exploring. But of course there's a lot more that I'll be covering in other videos. But like I said, we're going to be covering the basic foods that you can get while collecting in your world. Okay, so we're gonna go off and start with carrots. So carrots, you can find that in the grassland biomes. You can also find it in pig villages, and you can also find it at the Pig King if you're lucky. But usually, you will be find this when you're exploring the map in the grasslands, and you usually always start with this nice grassland biome right next to your starting location. Now, when you're gonna be looking for carrots, you're gonna be wanting to just explore, and you'll pretty much find it at the beginning. And also, you're gonna be able to get carrots later on in the game through farming. But this is just like I said, the exploration, like beginning foods that you'll be starting with. Now, you see, carrots here are very good for first of all hunger, and also it's slightly good for health. They're better for than berries for health because when you cook them, they're actually gonna give you 3 HP, which is kind of bad, but at the same time, it's a starting food. You get a lot of carrots easily, and so it's not that bad. So you always want to cook your carrots, and if you cook them, um, then you're gonna be able to get extra HP. But if you don't need HP, just eat carrots like it is because when you cook them, they only give you more HP. They don't actually give you more hunger. So that's my tip for you. And also, you don't want to stop too much when you're exploring to cook stuff because don't forget you want to explore as fast as you can and as speedy as you can. And that's why carrots are very good because you can have a lot of them on you and you don't necessarily have to cook them. Now we're gonna be going on for berries. So berries, they're a little bit less like good for health because they don't really restore much health. Even if you cook them, they only give you one health. But it is a very good like food source to eat in big quantities when you're exploring. And so when you're collecting your grass and twigs, you're pretty much going to be getting a lot of berries because as you can see, look, there's berry bushes all around me. And so when you're going to be collecting your berries and carrots at the beginning, you're going to be getting a lot of those. And it's a very good source to just stock up on, and you can eat it raw if you want to, or you can cook it up with a fire camp. But like I said, like you don't want to wait too long and do too many fires because you want to be exploring with a torch at night. And that's why I rather have more carrots than berries. But berries, when you cook them, will give you a lot of food, which is pretty good. And they also give you I think like 9.4 food not cooked, which is pretty good. For a starting character, if you just eat all these berries, as you can see, my hunger will be going up rather fastly. And so you're gonna want to collect those as you can, and they're always gonna be regrowing. So always collect them. Carrots, there can be a case made to not collect them right away because you want to come back later for them. But I would always say collect the berries because they're always going to be regrowing either way, except for winter. So it's really good to get them. Now, another food source that I would suggest for new players that would maybe not think about this would be butterfly wings. So butterfly wings are these little butterflies here. Whoa, be careful for the tentacles. So butterfly wings are really good for health, and that's pretty much your early game food source for health. Now, like I said, not many new players will think about this because usually butterflies are just flying around. We don't really care about them, but in reality, you should be collecting them, and they're very good. Now, how do you do it? Because yes, it's all fun and dandy that they give you good hunger and a lot of health. 8 health is a good amount for the early game, but how do you get them? Well, first of all, you need to put. I would go in the options. I would go in settings. I would go in controls, and I would go look at your force attack button, and I would put that there. What it means, force attack, is that you're attacking the nearest creature that is not aggressive towards you. Now, even with this key now, you're gonna have to run over the butterfly and then force attack. Because if you just click force attack, your character will actually just run after the butterfly and you won't actually kill him. He won't be able to catch up to him. Um, Now this is a problem. So what you want to do is, like I said, you want to go over the butterfly and then, oh boy, not the bees. You want to go over the butterfly and then force attack him, because then you'll be able to easily kill him because it's a one shot. And I would suggest also not putting a tool in your hand to not waste durability because you can just hit him with your hand and he'll die. And this you can get big quantities, and if you're lucky, you can actually get butter. Now, early game butter, I would just say heal it. If you need healing, a lot of healing, just take the butter. It gives you like 40 HP, which is an amazing healing source. But it's very rare that you get it. But if you do get it, because it's a 1% chance or something, it's really low on butterflies. But if you do get the butter, you're going to be able to get a good healing source. Or if not, if you want to mix it up in your crockpot later on, if you're like on day 7 and you're almost going to make your base and you get butter, you can do that too. But like I said, this is for pretty much the early game exploration, this guide. Okay, so now I'll be talking about extra food sources that I haven't actually mentioned already. The next ones will be mushrooms. There's 3 kinds of mushrooms. There's the red ones, the green ones, and the blue ones. Blue ones will give you HP if you do not cook them. Green ones, if you cook them, will give you sanity. And red ones, in general, are just bad. So what I suggest to you in the early game is be collecting green caps and blue caps. Blue caps because they're a great source of healing, and green caps because you can keep your sanity high for those that are not familiar with the sanity mechanics if you're a new player. Red ones, like I said, just don't pick them up when you're in the early game because you're not going to be wanting to eat them. You're going to pretty much want to put them in the crock pot later on if you do collect them. But if you don't cook your blue caps, it will give you health, and if you cook your green caps, it will give you sanity. If you do not cook your green caps, it will actually go crazy. And if you cook your blue cap, the blue cap becomes worthless. You really want to make sure to not cook the blue cap and cook the green cap. Those are mushrooms, and those can be used very well in the early game. And speaking about the early game, like I was talking about, if you find a village like this, you're pretty much going to find a lot of food. And like earlier I said, you can find carrots and you can find berries. And this is pretty much, if you're lucky like this, you can get a lot of food early on. And like I said, do not cook it. You're going to want to eat it very fast and want to explore very fast. So you don't want to cook it and you don't want to waste your time. And if you have big quantities of berries like this, you really do not need to cook it. Like if I eat all of this stack of berries, and I'm Wolfgang, of course, so I'm going to take, I have a bigger belly. But usually, like, you're at 150 max. I'm already at 182. I didn't even finish my berries. And look at all these berries that I have next to me. And so it's really not hard finding food. You just have to really explore your map because a lot of new players are scared to, like, explore or they stay at the same place. Don't forget, if you press M, it opens your map and this will show you all you explored. And you should really try to explore the whole map and try to find as much as you can because the more you explore, the more food you will find. If you stay in the same area, your berries will take longer to regrow and you won't be able to get it. But if you explore the whole map, you're going to be able to get a lot more food easier. Another food source would be turkeys. Um, they're called gobblers in this game. So pretty much when you collect a berry, they have a chance during the day of spawning. And so if you want, you can put a berry on the ground, wait until the turkey has the attention of the berry, so you have to stay a little distance. Wait until the turkey has the attention of the berry, and then you can go in with your weapon and force attack him. Now, if you stay close to it, it won't get attracted by the berry. And if you go too far, he'll have time to eat the berry and then escape. You have to, the minute you see him just walking in a straight path towards the berry, is your time to strike. So those are how you can get gobblers. That can be actually good food early game too. And of course, there's all these other kinds of foods that you can eat early game, but this is just a guide for really the basic foods of early game, explaining what are good and what are bad. The last food I could talk about are seeds. Now, seeds, they aren't necessarily good, even when cooked. You shouldn't be eating seeds as your only food source because, first of all, it would take so many seeds to collect. It also, it's not really efficient. Seeds are like you're running back to base, let's say, and you're starving. You can eat like 1 or 2 seeds to stay up. Seeds, you should really be keeping them if you're making farms because you need more food because you're a lot of players. Seeds are really good for farms because you need at least 1 seed for like per crop at the beginning because you don't have specialized seeds yet. But if not, seeds, always collect them though. I would, if you're passing next to a seed, just collect it. But I wouldn't suggest that for your main food source. Okay guys, well I hope you guys liked the video and enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this, go check out my channel. And if you want to leave a like down below, that would be really appreciated. Also, if you have any questions, leave a comment also down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!